Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Katie, and today I'm filming a declutter video for you. So if you like declutters, make sure you keep on watching. Okay, so today I have a box full of makeup that I'm decluttering. I just finished going through my whole collection, and yeah, some of the stuff has been sitting in the box for a while, so it might be familiar to you. A lot of my other stuff I've decluttered have already found new homes with friends or family. But yeah, I just like to go through my collection at the end of the year and declutter. So let's just get into it. I have a couple eyeshadow palettes. One of the first ones is this chocolate bar palette. It's the Semi-Sweet by Too Faced, and it looks like this on the inside. It's a pretty palette. It's pretty neutral, a little bit boring, but there were some shades I really liked in it. But this year I panned the regular Too Faced, and I just preferred that one. And just some other neutral palettes that I have. So I'm going to pass this one along to someone else who will get more use out of it. The next one is a palette I really kind of regret purchasing. It's by ColourPop, and it's the Disney Designer Collection. Basically, I bought a lot of this collection just because I love Disney and I love the packaging, which is not a good reason to buy something. And it's just a pretty neutral palette. And honestly, it's just not my cup of tea. I never use it. So I figure I might as well pass it along to someone else. The shadows in it are really good quality though. The next thing I have is a face palette. And I thought about trying to pan this in a project pan next year. And while I was trying to decide if I wanted to do that, I started using it more, and I just decided that this is not for me. I have some bronzers that I like better, that my brush fits in more because these are all pretty small. The one thing I am gonna miss is this shade because I love this as a blush topper, but I'm not getting a lot of use out of all of these. A lot of them are pretty warm and too dark for my skin tone. And this was limited edition. I actually did buy this Poshmark off of someone. And I liked to get to try a bunch of the different bronzers Too Faced has, but I'm not gonna get a lot of use out of this, so I'm gonna pass this along as well. Ooh, let's see, there's lots of goodies in here. The next thing I have is some shadows from ColourPop. I did go through all of my single shadows. So these are just shadows I don't care for, or I have similar shades. So this one is Pep Talk. It's really like a peachy pink shade. And then this one is Issues. Again, it's like a peachy shade, only it's matte. And then this one is Running Late, which is a light orange matte. And these are just shades that I don't really use. I have one more ColourPop single, and this one is Come and Get It. It's one of the first ColourPop singles I bought, but again, this is just like a super common shade and one that I don't really care for anymore, so I'm passing that on. Ooh, let's see. Next I have a couple of highlighters. One is this Wet n Wild one. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a pretty generic shade. And I have other formulas that I like better in a similar shade. So I thought I'd pass that along. Here is another Wet n Wild one. I didn't think I was gonna declutter this. I really liked this for a while for like a natural highlight, but I just have other things I like better now. And then I would use like the two in the middle for like a blush, and then this for like a goldy highlight. So it was pretty versatile for me. But again, it's just something I'm not using. Other products have replaced it. So there's that one. Another one is this Ochre highlight. Everyone raves about these, so I bought into the hype when this was half off. And it is in the shade Beverly Hills. And I just don't like the formula of this. It's not for me. It's barely been used. I keep trying to like it, and every time I put it on, I just don't like it. So I'm gonna pass that along. Let's see. I think there's two more highlighters. One is this Wet n Wild loose highlighter. It's pretty. The formula isn't that great, and I just don't use loose highlighters, but it is really, really pretty. And then the last one is another Wet n Wild highlight. Again, this used to be one of my favorites, and it's just not anymore. This is in Precious Petals. I did pan one of these highlights this year in my project pan. That was in Blossom Glow, I think, and I am keeping that one. But this one is just not my cup of tea, so I'll pass that on. One thing I did learn this year during my no-buy year is one of the goals I really had for having my no-buy year, and that was to really get to know everything in my collection and how it works, how I feel about it, how I like it on me. And I've learned that like my makeup preferences have sort of changed. Things that used to be favorites have been replaced by other things. So going ahead in the year before, I realized I don't need a bunch of different shades of highlight or blush. I kind of just have my favorites for the most part and use those. And I don't want to waste a bunch of money on buying all this makeup just to have and to try something new. Because again, like as you've seen, a lot of my tastes change. Something that I used to love, I might not love anymore. So yeah, I don't feel like if I love something at one point, I have to hang on to it anymore if I'm not using it. So there's that. I have some blushes. This is Pacifica Trio. They're two really pretty shades, but they sort of barely show up on me. They're very powdery, and I just have other neutrals I like better. This is something I got in my Ipsy Glam bag when I was still subscribed to that. A couple more pieces from that Too Faced Disney designer collection with the princesses. I have the Cinderella lipstick, and it's a very bright pink lipstick. I just don't like pink lipstick. I got sucked into the packaging, and I thought I was gonna have, you know, 4 of these displayed in their boxes and all these things, and that's just not me anymore. Another one is the Ariel lipstick. It's a really peachy, orangey nude, and those do not look good on me. Another ColourPop lipstick is Appy. I thought I used to really like this. Now I realize it looks horrible on me. It's a really pretty formula, a really nice lipstick. It just does not look good on me. I have one more eyeshadow palette. This is the Lorac Pro 2. And again, these are just not colors that excite me to use, so I'm gonna pass this along. I have a foundation that I tried to get to work for me. It's too dark, even when I'm tan in the summer. So yeah, there's that. I have this blush from Wet n Wild, a color that I just don't really care for. It was limited edition. It's called Hummingbird Hype. It's like a shimmery blush topper. I kept the pink one, and I've really been using that a lot lately, but I just don't like this one. Another blush from Too Faced. I just don't like the color on me. The formula to me is like just okay. This is in the shade I Will Always Love You. I'm pretty sure they are discontinuing these blushes too. powder that I bought to try that everyone likes and I didn't. I have pretty dry skin, so this didn't work for me. Also, the color was too dark. I got it in 2020 Natural Beige. Also, I just don't use powder a lot. Hopefully the camera is not gonna fall. I just don't use powder a lot because I have such dry skin. I don't need to set my foundation. I learned that just because everyone powders on YouTube, you don't have to. Here's a brush I got in an Ipsy bag that I just don't have any use for. I really do like these Luxie brushes though. They're really nice. I have an eyebrow powder. I prefer a pencil in my brows and the color isn't exactly right. This is from e.l.f. Let's see, I have this limited edition lip gloss from Wet n Wild. I don't really like the formula on this. The color's really interesting and cool. It might actually look really good with what I have on today, but I just don't wear it. Here's another one that's kind of a weird lip gloss color, another limited edition from ColourPop. Their My Little Pony collection. What shade is this? It is in the shade Ponyland. It's a purple, just not my thing. Here's another lip gloss from that same Wet n Wild collection, their Zodiac collection. And I just don't like this color or the formula really. This is in the shade Leo. Another thing I noticed on my no-buy year is I would buy a lot of sort of cheap products just because it was something new and I wanted to try it. Everyone was talking about it. And I've really learned this year how to think through my purchases and what I'm gonna use and how I can dupe things with what I already own and things like that. Also, I really learned that I don't need a lot of variety in highlights or blush or even lip colors. I pretty much figured out the colors that I like and formulas that I like and what looks good on me, and I don't feel the need to find like the next best thing anymore. Just things like that. I really found out I don't like liquid lipsticks. There's a few colors and formulas I really like that I have kept, but I'm really not buying liquid lipsticks anymore. Here is one from ColourPop. This was a limited edition one. It's the Ultra Satin. It was Alexis Ren, and this was in the shade Bare Necessities. I did keep a color sort of similar to this in a liquid lipstick that I liked better. It was more pinky and less peachy orangey. Also, as you can tell, I am sort of decluttering a lot of like limited edition type things or like collaborations, things like that. And I think in the past, things like that have gotten me into the hype and made me purchase things, and I'm just really not interested in any of those things anymore. Here's another ColourPop lippy that just does not look good on me. It's their lippy sticks, which I do kind of like this formula. It's in the shade Birdie. I have, I think, only one of these left that I kept in Aquarius because I really, really like that shade. I have another Too Faced bronzer. This one was a mini in Chocolate Soleil. This is too dark and too warm on me. I have a ColourPop liquid eyeshadow. I just don't like this. I really like the Stila ones, and I did pan 2 of those this year, I think. But I don't really like this, how it works. I don't love the color. And then I have just a couple more things left. A couple single eyeshadows. I have one from Ulta Beauty. This is really pretty. I just never use it, but it's a pretty bronzy color. I have shades like this in palettes. And then a couple Super Shock shadows. This one I got by accident. I got someone else's ColourPop order, and this is just not a color I like on me. It's a bright red called Arrow, but it's really gorgeous. Whoops. Another one I just don't like on me is the shade Kathleen Lights. It's a very orange coppery color. I'm learning I like more cool tones. Not always, but I like more cool or neutral or just straight up colorful than like orangey, coppery reds on me with my skin tone. This is a ColourPop Loose Pigment in Baby Rue. It's not that good. It's a pretty color, but it's not that pigmented, and it's messy to use, so I don't use it. And then lastly, this is something that I also got in an Ipsy bag, and it is just a single shadow. And again, a warm coppery orange color that I just don't like on myself. So that is all. That is my declutter. I hope you enjoyed. Feels really good to literally know everything that is in my makeup collection. I love every single thing in it. I know how all of it is gonna work and perform for me. And yeah, it just feels really good. My makeup collection has definitely downsized this year. I wouldn't say like drastically, like my makeup collection definitely isn't minimal by any means, but yeah, I'm really happy with where I am right now. And yeah, I hope this maybe inspires you to go through your collection and declutter. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe and like this video for more makeup content. I was just working on my makeup inventory this morning, so that's going to be really exciting to share with you guys. I have some project pans that are ending and some new project pans that I'm really excited to start in the new year. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.